Does karma count into all of those factors that make person choose something or do an action? For example, I think sometimes people can be so much, they might be facing so much of challenges, or they can be struggling so much that they might be on the brink of falling into depression. They might be, they might be the result of the kind of conditioning they've had. They might be a result of how the lineages have, been in their family. So when we look at something, I feel karma looks at that, okay, what you're doing right now, right? Because that's how we are creating our karmas. But then what about all those nitty-gritty factors that also come into play that makes a person choose something?
Karma will land you at a place. Okay? It's like a car that has brought you to a place now.
Right.
There's a building there, there's whatever. So whatever you've done will bring you to a place. Now this place is a portal. You need to understand with free will, what do you want to do from here? Right? One, you could sulk, be in despair and say, oh my God, where have I come? Or you could say, I'm again and again brought to this point, something is not right. Or you can call God from there. Or you can say, I'm not understanding what to do right now. Let me just sit and think about it. There could be many options. What a person does, the way your parents have behaved, your conditioning, your ancestral curses, your lineages, your other factors, your colleagues, your co-workers, the podcasts you watch, everything is created an impression in your head, and you find yourself in a spot, literally or metaphorically. Now, once you are in that spot, that's where karma can get you till.
Okay.
Now, from there, your free will starts.
Okay.
Now, you can say that free will also will be something that we've learned or conditioning. Okay, fine. But you can get out of that place. Or you can choose to be there and again think that I'm there. For example, someone is, let's say, again, not getting a job. Or let's say someone is not getting married. Or someone's not having a child. Again and again they conceive, they are brought to a point that the child is either aborted or, miscarried, or something happens to that child. So, karma will bring them again and again to that point. Now, the question over there is, how can I look at this situation differently? Why am I coming to this again and again? What can I do differently here? Because karma is also a doing word. So your prarabdha may bring you to a room or to a point. Your kriyaman karma is a free will that you can create. Okay? And as far as God is not supporting us, God is always supporting us. If you're not feeling that vibe, chant mantras.
Okay.
Don't try to meditate. When we are already in depression and we are already feeling very down and out, that is not the time to meditate and go further down, because you may have even more dark thoughts or may have so many thoughts that you cannot meditate. At that time, choose mantra. Choose mantras, choose Om to cleanse yourself. Do it at least 108 times every day, twice a day, thrice a day. Choose breath work. Breath work is going to get oxygen into your brain. Your brain is it's just going to open up and think of possibilities. We just think, our parents said, deep breathe, it's okay. No, there's a reason. So you can change the physiology of your blood and actually get out of that very dark and depressing situation and not wait for God. Maybe God is telling people through this podcast, for the people who are listening, that please do breath work and mantra chanting to get out. Maybe this is the signal that He's giving to all the people who are watching this, So God will tell you through a song, through a podcast, through a written verse, if you open the Bhagavad, something God will tell you. But talking about what should people do and is it a result of that? Yes, it is. It could be that they are carrying ancestral curses. It could be that they are carrying their own curse from a past lifetime. That will bring them again and again to the problem. But once you are at the problem, you can do various things to raise your vibration. I'm not saying that the problem is just going to go with chanting mantras. No. But at least you'll start getting ideas, possibilities. I always tell people that whenever you are stuck or badly depressed, watch TED Talks, watch podcasts. Your problem is not, you're not the first person who's facing this problem. Others have done it. Go try to find out what they did. At least try. So I think karma from a perspective of what we are carrying can only bring you to a certain point. And one more thing I want to say, Natasha, is that the greater the delay, the deeper the impact. Right? Yeah. So if you feel that karma is delaying your gratification, trust me when it happens, and I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this, it's going to be so beautiful that you will not even be able to bear the intensity of the happiness that is there.
You know, you're gonna make so many people happy when they hear that, because I feel so many people are in that boat. In fact, what you said to that point, then is, for example, like you said, that, you know, you might be facing hundreds of rejections, you might have tried hundreds of business ideas, nothing worked. Is doing hard work is also karma cleansing.
Yes. Work, when you do hard work, or when you do work that is, I call it the meditative work, where you're just doing so much, you're working so hard, you're trying to accumulate knowledge. Okay, fine, maybe you didn't clear the exams, but the process of studying for that exam, or the process of going through the ideas with all those late nights and all of that, the result is different. But while doing that, you're burning your previous karma. So whenever we do hard work, whenever we do work that is, you know, keeping all our senses engaged, focused towards a particular goal. That is why Shri Krishna says that, you know, don't worry about the outcome. If the outcome's not coming now, it will come. वो आज नहीं तो कल होगा. It will happen, right? So hang in there. It's not going unnoticed. The efforts are not going unnoticed. There is, but only when you reach a certain point will it topple, and, you know, you'll start seeing it. You don't know. You may be very close to it. So just continue, do your, and in any case, whether you or not you see the results, and I can guarantee you, we are not going to be, you know, kept away from the results. But the solace in doing it is that you're also creating a beautiful future for this life and for the rest of the lives to come.
That is true. That's true. Thank you so much, Dr. Manmeet. Again, an episode of absolute delight, discovery, awe, and whatnot. It's always a pleasure holding the conversation with you and like getting so much of downloads and insights from you. I really hope that today's episode is again a portal where other people can transcend and get to know more deeper about karma theory. So big gratitude to you. Thank you so much.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. And to all you lovely people who stuck till the end, please don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. If you think that someone thinks really deeply about karma all the time, don't forget to share this episode with them. And we will be back again with another exciting episode and another exciting guest. Till then, take care. Thank you.